Hello everyone. I've compiled a price list for all the sniper rifles for Sniper Ghost Warrior contracts for the PS4. So let me show you those three lists real quick. This one's worst to best, rated by damage. Then the next list is rated by fire rate, worst to best. And the last one is just other weapons in general. And why you'd need this is some of these don't have the same equipment, like the revolver here for the handguns. The revolver one, anyway, does not have a silencer. So some of these details are good to know before you start in. So going forward, you can rewind to this list anytime. I invite you to bookmark this video to get ready for any new contract on your game. So let's move forward, starting at kind of the beginner through to expert, and know some of these. This information may have spoilers in it, so you can stop if you need be. And thank you for watching in advance if you do intend to stop somewhere in this video. So let's continue and focus on the list, kind of the layout itself. Up here you have the caliber of the sniper weapons. Everything to the left you pretty much know. You can kind of scroll through. The rest of it is unknown. And so I made a list. Scopes cost, dollar value, or euros, I think it is. And then the power of the scopes is listed here. The silencer or flash hider cost. And then you've got this, skull token cost. And then there's a lock token cost that's associated with I think these are the special mag. Or no, I'm sorry, the scope has a lock token cost, and the special mag also, pretty much all of them have one lock token that you need to spend. The price, and then of course the list of the special ammo that only comes with that rifle. So that would be good if you needed a certain bullet to do certain things, but not all of them have it, so it's good to know those. At the end, I've put the total cost of each weapon if you spent the most money and bought the most expensive stuff. So that can go down if you pick lower scopes or whatever. But I should tell you about all the numbers here. These are supplied only when you get these numbers are supplied as percentages, like a percent bar, but I've distilled it down to number percentages. A little bit easier for me to put this on a video, easier to know exactly what they are. So, damage, ammo capacity, fire rate, mobility, that kind of thing down there. Okay. Some of the heavy weapons, especially the Ron B82, this might be a little spoiler, but it might not come up, but I had this doing a challenge, and I jumped down a couple climbing areas where I shouldn't have. I was running from an enemy, but I died just jumping twice, and that was with the 50 cal. But then on the other weapon, there was another weapon I used, and I didn't die. So it seems like the heaviness of the weapon might have something to do with it. I don't know. Just thought I'd throw that out there. That's kind of it for the list a little bit. Basically, just for the beginners, I recommend just playing the game as you want, not using this list. It was really enjoyable just to kind of find out what was going on. And the Also, another thing, like I said, the revolver, but also the Falcon in the handgun section does not have a silencer you can buy. So those are good to know. Oh, and then the Glock, the most expensive one, empties rounds super fast, and it's really uncontrollable. So I just used the Fort P99 and the Rotwell M23. Those are the only ones I used. Secondary weapons. When my first go around, I really like to buy some of these and the collimators, but the second go around, I just totally avoided it because you can pick a good MK12 off of anyone you kill. So, let me see. Second go around, I noticed the lock and the star token. I'd really missed getting a lot of abilities with that, as you can see, and especially skull tokens, getting the sniper rifle. I really missed getting a lot, and doing the challenges really helps get you up to speed with whatever weapon you need. So let me see. You will want a powerful scope and special ammo on some of these areas after the Altai Mountains. Oh yeah, hint on the calibers. You can see up here, starting with the Source T50 and on down to the rank number 1, and that's only in damage. Of course, the last two don't have silencers. They have flash suppressors. That's what the F in front of the price is. But anything from the Source T50 down, I think you can kill a heavy armored dude with one headshot. All the rest, you probably have to do 2 or more, depending on what rifle you get. So just a little note there. So before you start a new contract area, make sure your loadout fits the area you're going to. Usually the only way to know that is to go through it already once. So like on the first one, gas mine's more effective than the gas grenade. The first primary weapon I bought second go around was the Blauer R93. That one was really fun. It didn't cost any skull tokens. It was a little bit powerful, and it had different special ammo, but you can see the damage is just about the same. But let me see, the fire rate was a little bit better than the Tactical XCR, as you can see by the percentage there. So site map areas like Altai Mountains, I do number 1, call number 1. When I go through these, they'll probably contain a lot of spoilers if I haven't let some go already. So before I get into kind of the more expert mode, I wanted to call your attention to the shotgun. Now in Sniper 3, the Origin 12 was one of my favorite because it delivered a lot of damage. And these do too, and I haven't really messed around with it too much, but I just compiling this list, I noticed a tube extender that it kind of focuses the round to a certain area, and it's more stable. So I'm going to have to play around with that a little bit more. Later on in the fourth area or fourth contract, I did do the Hunt AR, and that seems pretty good. Although I need to get more rounds instead of just 20 rounds. I need to get the 35 rounds. Well, let's go into the more extensive area, and that's like your first contract. Of course, I made a video for that. I might put it up in the corner. It's just a little hint, and I'll tell you that when you go through the shooting range, you get 5,000 in cash, which is just enough for your handgun that you get. Where is it? Anyway, the IMG, the silencer costs 5,000, so that was really important to start right off the bat. So let's get into Altai Mountains. It's a snowscape. Gas mines work and C4 works, and the little star above the once you tag a officer, it's like a star. Those you can interrogate, and you pretty much have to do just whatever you can to get whatever money, and hopefully for contract number 2. I picked the Blauer R93, and once you can get a good handgun with a good scope, the accuracy is really nice. So, but going back to the Altai Mountains, yeah, once you do like a challenge, I think you can just upgrade your weapons and continue on the challenges. Let's go to number 2, Kolchak Harbor, and these are the weapons you'll need. It's also a snowscape. The C4 is a must-have. Gas mines, bouncing betties, and throwing knives is what I would recommend. And for Kolchak Harbor, number 2, you should have armor piercing and maybe luring as your special ammo if you choose to. But the armor piercing will be key for a fast run through. So let's go to, I think I'm done with 2. Let's go to contract number 3, Bektov Valley. It's a greenscape here, and these are some of the weapons I kind of used. Warning devices, gas mines, throwing knives are a must-have, and EMP or luring, and then later on armor piercing for one of the challenges. So you might have to trade off weapons at some point. This one was pretty hard. That's not it. This is Bektov Valley is what I'm talking about. This one was kind of hard to do, just because of some of the challenges. A lot of new stuff was happening there. So, especially the 300 hit the 2 contracts from 300 meters away. You'll need the armor piercing. So number 4, Archaev Fortress. That's a snowscape. You will absolutely need the turret and most likely the drone. For sure the turret. And you will need the DARPA round, the Madison EMS, or the Ron B82 would be good. The special ammo you definitely need is EMP, but I would also put in there DARPA and armor piercing. I kind of used for the first time the OFB SVDM rifle right here. That was kind of interesting. I tend to shoot a lot more rounds through that one. The scope isn't as very powerful, and it just seemed like I wasted a lot of ammo, but it comes with a 10 round for the special mag, so that was all right. Fast firing rate, by the way, as you can see on this list, it's ranked number 3, so the SOKSV was a little bit more than that, faster. So, with the fastest being the Madison EMS. So, one more to do. That's what is it? Archaev Forest. Yeah, these are kind of the ones I used for Serbieskaya 7 junction. These are kind of the weapons you might employ. This one's a greenscape. And let me see, I have a note. Other weapons, M4 shotgun might be good. But the probably the special ammo you'd need would be the EMP for sure, and maybe the lure. I haven't got too much notes on the last contract number 5, because I haven't got that 100% yet for the challenges. So I think that's all for my notes. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. If I didn't touch on something that you really want to know, also put down some comments, and I'll kind of go through that right now. Later on in the 4th site map, I call it, that would be the Fortress, Archaev Forest, however you say that. I did start buying the more expensive secondary weapons. The ACOG scope was so nice to use, and it's such a stable weapon in the game. Of course, I talked about the Giovanni M4 and the tube extender. That's kind of interesting. I need to check that out. Here's the price and the tokens you need, and the total. I think there's like 6 star tokens you need just for the auto turret, or the turret weapon, which I didn't get into. Let me real quickly. You needed that during, I think, the 3rd the 3rd, beginning Bektov Valley. That was really handy to have. But you absolutely need it during the 4th, for sure, because there's challenges that need that specifically. So let's get back to the other ammo. Let me see. The drone I didn't use as much. There's jamming towers everywhere, so I use the turret a lot more, 80% more than I did the drone, if you could get it to work. But when it does work, it's hard to tag enemies. You really have to be really careful. It's really touchy. So I think the binoculars really were the best thing they added, if they're going to do that to the drone. And I didn't really talk about the mask, suit, support, and gadgets. This one was real important. That's why I stayed away when I first did it, or actually the second time around. I avoided getting all the special weapons, or secondary weapons, because I wanted to make sure I had enough to get my mask, suit, and support, and the gadgets to where I wanted it to be, so I could have a real good experience, have all the special abilities. And I really did focus on this, and went slow on the sniper rifles. I just basically methodically did the cheapest ones with the less of the token cost, and I think I pretty much got every weapon except the real expensive one, like the Strum, the 50 cal Chris, and maybe the Madison. I don't think I have the Madison, Strum, or Chris. So I really focused in on just working my way through every weapon, and that was kind of fun. Except I found that the OFB SVDM, I was really wasting a lot of ammo using that one compared to all the others that I did. But there's just some things, the EMP and the lure was real important on one of them, so I just had to put up with it. Of Of course, the masks, the stages, 25,000, 35,000 for the second column, and then it starts. You need some star tokens to get the real specialized ones. I think this one. There's a couple different scopes or like collimator and scopes here. So I just did the highest. I did the total cost over here. So they won't be quite that high if you go a different route, like for the collimator. Fast mag cost, kind of edged it in there, and then the lock token cost right there. Take a note of that. A lot of skull tokens for the secondary weapon there. A lot, as you can see the little icon up there. So pay attention to all these costs. I think that's why I kind of really held off on getting the Hunt AR-65 because of the skull token cost. If I've missed anything, go ahead and put it down in the comments. Any other video, I've got several other videos I've made on this, so visit my channel. Hope this has helped. You can always go back to the very beginning of the video and get these lists, so you don't always have to listen to me talk. You can just go to the front, stop it on the list, and that should be pretty helpful for each contract you do. So I'll leave it there. Hope this has helped. And if you like it, subscribe or give me a like on this video, because this list was really hard to do. I had methodically everything, every step I took, I had to really record everything down, and that kind of stopped my gameplay. So I hope you appreciate all the hard work I did on it, and give me a like, and catch you later. Hope this has helped.